traditional cell tower signal is unlevel. Your phone may automatically come you to connect to a satellite. You may need a center above on the screen to point your phone in the correct direction to establish the connection.
So we're up. We're up, you know. We're up. I tell you, it's a fight. I'm going to see if we can even get it a little better. We are war this thing here this evening. We want the people to see it this evening. So we are worried. But good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Want to touch base with Caribbean Radio too. The Starlink thing that now work. A Starlink thing that now work. See if you can put that on Wi-Fi now. See if you can put that phone up on Wi-Fi so we can use it. Yeah man, blessings everybody. Florida, big up yourself.
You need to tell the person that is watching that you only get the message, you don't get the link.
Alright, so somebody said they sent me a Starlink a while ago, but I only got the message, I didn't get a link to go on. So I'm not able to go on and
so they can give you some instruction.
yeah, or send me a link, but put that on Wi-Fi, make we see if we can take some calls on that phone. Yeah man. We went on the road today. We went to the eastern side. Went as far as Long Bay. And on the main, some branches were on the road. It's up there now?
No.
Eh? Look on that if that come up.
No.
Right, some branches were on the road as we head to the east of the parish. And then when we got up to the Rio Grande Valley now, that is where we saw most of the problem. Yeah, in the Rio Grande Valley, we had some videos that we wanted to show you, but unfortunately, we're trying to use the data from the phone to hotspot the entire studio to do the laptop, but it's not coming through. New York in the house, South Carolina in the house, Florida in the house. Big up on yourself, man. Happy, really happy to be here with you this evening. Happy to see everybody joining, you know. We weren't able to come on yesterday evening because the internet was really fluctuating, and obviously Connecticut in the house, New York, yeah man, we weren't able to get stable internet. London in the house, Maryland, yeah man, we're trying to get a phone up so that we can take your calls. We can take your calls on the same 876 number. Florida, Texas in the house. So, I was telling you about Bellevue now. Bellevue is either you live up the hill or down the hill for Bellevue. And I was worried about them because landslide in Bellevue is a common thing. And I got some calls one morning that landslide was up there even before the hurricane. So Chicago, big up yourself. Toronto, big up yourself. Yes man. Share up the live. Share up the live. Share up the live. So I went to Bellevue today and I have some pictures. But what I'm gonna do, London, England, is when we get off the live, I'm going to put all that footage together because I had them piece, so I wanted to show you them, tell you the different areas as we go along this evening. But because of the lack of the internet connection, we're not going to be able to have the backdrop in the background where we could have show you. Happy to hear you. Brooklyn, Minnesota. Yeah, man. So we just said that we're not going to be able to show you them kind of thing there. We're still trying to get that phone line up. And of course, maybe later we're going to touch base with Caribbean Radio to give them some update on some of the things that we saw. I had a discussion with Bro Gary this morning. And I promised him that I'd definitely be in touch with Caribbean Radio. But we have not been able to do that yet because up in the Rio Grande Valley, the connections up there are not so nice either. Round there so you get little signal, round there so you get little signal. One of the problems coming out of this hurricane is that the western side of Jamaica really got hit. Colin, did you see Isaac? Yeah, man, Isaac is okay. We've been talking. I know he's on the road. When I came from the valley, I went to the office. I was told that he left out. But one of the problems that Isaac have a phone from the other network. And the other network not working. That's why we now have to try to hook up the 876-804-7072 number to another phone so that we can take your calls. So as soon as we have that hook up, we're going to be taking your calls on that number. So we invite you to share up the live. Share up the live, make everybody know that we are here. We're trying to read the message in the chat room. We're actually using a phone to do the live, so the message don't stay on as well, like how they normally stay. Phone up?
Yeah.
All right. So we have the phone up here now. Beautiful. Yeah, man. So George Beckford was the man who sent me that Starlink thingy. But it's a star message him sent me. Never give me the link. Send me the link. Starlink is a suggestion. Oh. You have to buy. Yeah, I was saying from the other day that no one buy the equipment because you can stay in the building, Madam Producer, but you have a piece that you put on outside. Yeah, that once you put it on this roof, yeah, you know, so not need to block it, so we put it up to the front of the roof and then we would connect and we get the Starlink. So if anybody know me can get one to buy like right now, and it can get to me by tomorrow, I'll definitely purchase one because we see this as our work, you know. This is not a job. This is our work to inform people, to educate people through this kind of medium. So, watching from Hartford, Connecticut. All right, so if you have families in Portland and you're not getting through to them, electricity is out. We don't have no electricity in our Portland. So that's out. As I said, we have two major cellular networks. And you know, really I give you a free ad, but me I use Digicel. The next one we can't get nothing from the next one. Can't get nothing from the next one. 876-804-7072. You can call me on WhatsApp. It's WhatsApp. I just see a message somebody asked. Isaac Buchanan is in East Portland. So anybody want to hear or ask where Isaac Buchanan there? He's in East Portland. So you can find him at East Portland. Anybody want him? You can find him at East Portland. Watching from New York. Can't hear my family. Lower River, Trelawney. Trelawney got hit hard as well. Madam Producer, if you can scan your phone and look on some of the areas them we get it. I don't think
it's... sure you want to interrupt the service?
It might disrupt the service. Well, we're still waiting on some call. Destiny. I would have my daughter in Florida. I try find her daddy. Look upon the time when she had tried to find her daddy. Hurricane done long time. Yes, so 75% of the customers to network radio silence from Trelawney. Yeah, you're not going to get nothing from a lot of places in Trelawney. You're not going to get nothing from St. James. We just got a call from Clarendon. Parts of Clarendon. Where's that? Frankfield, Clarendon, we got a call from a while ago. What about Manchester? Maybe problem. Let me see if I can find Conrad O'Brien. Let me see if I can find Conrad. Master Cat was trying to call me. That was yesterday. Don't know if we can hear Conrad.
One good thing is that we don't get any report like anybody.
Yeah, we don't get any report of fatalities. Conrad's phone is just basically calling. That means him no have no internet. Manchester is problem. Yeah. Our information is that Manchester got hit hard. Mandeville got heavy hit from this Category 5 hurricane that landed on our island. So, we are here in Portland. As I said, there are parts of the parish that got big hit. Some part not get no big, no such a I call me on the phone. So, nobody not try call me on my regular number, won't know. Anybody calling me, call me on 876-804-7072. Center not get it so hard. I think them get some of it. Black River, problem. Black River, big hit. St. Elizabeth Junction, anywhere in St. Elizabeth right now, you're not hearing from them. No worry. We don't hear nobody dead. But St. Elizabeth get hard hit. Maybe the hardest of all the parish. Eh?
I don't want to scare anybody.
No, St. Elizabeth get the hardest. The hardest. I called the Mandeville police station to give a check on my mom, and they said they are okay. Beautiful. COLIN, is Jamaica going to get insurance money? I want to think so. There is an insurance out there. This storm was a Category 5, and I hear that the bond also based on the millibar, and we were under 800 millibar. That means the storm was intense. So Portland Cottage got saved this time around. Wow, you're telling, give me that information. Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth. Yeah, there are parts of Westmoreland that get hard hit. Madam Producer, what I want to say to you is try call Obi straight on that. No? And put it on speaker to see if we get it. Try call him straight on that. Because Obi is in Clarendon. 150 million is US dollars, you know. The catastrophe ban. It's a catastrophe ban. But I think the storm have to be over Category 3, which this left Jamaica as a Category what, 3 or 4.
This says a lot.
Eh?
That says a lot.
What?
That the hurricane was Category 5. See, as if it was
3 males and 1 female. 3 males and 1 female died. No, I am aware that 3 persons died before the storm got here, preparing for the storm.
How would
Not,
I put the call over on that?
eh?
How would I put the call
No,
over
just put it on speaker and give me it. Just put that on speaker and give me it. What go on, brother?
Yeah.
We are fight for put on a live. You're live on the air. I don't know if the listeners are hearing you very well, but we are fight for do a live this evening. What go on your side?
Well, I'm a week out, you know, COLIN.
What happened to you?
I've just seen the devastation, brother.
Wow.
You know?
Wow. You touched the road today?
Yeah, man. I'm tired out, so. But, you know, people are trying to hold courage. I've seen quite a few people down in Manchester there that lost their roofs and so on and so forth, and really and truly people who were trying to pull a fledgling small business together, that gone in to pieces and so on and so forth. But when you look at the people and you look in their eyes, you're still seeing a struggling people that are committed to the struggle to live, want to live and really understanding that, listen, children are there to eat a meal and so on and so forth. So, all in all, I don't know, but the other thing that you hear people are saying, Colin, there is, and it is sad. It is very sad because one of the main things that you hear people talk about, Colin, is the trust deficits. And how money people are just believing that the money are gonna come in and it will end up in the wrong people's hands, and it is just, it pained my heart. Tears literally came to my eyes today, to see the level of thinking that the people of Jamaica are forced to have because of how they view the system, especially the political directorate and so on, the government. It's really sad when you listen to the tale of the people. They just feel that, listen, and they're actually saying that, boy, they hope that there will be no victimization. Those are the words that you hear garnish whatever conversation, certainly those conversations that I have been privy to.
Obi.
Of course, all of those conversations is also buttressed by we are giving God thanks and we are grateful. So they made those complaints, but they give thanks to the Father for their lives were spared, and they say that it could have indeed been worse, even as bad as it is.
Obi, you mentioned that people are worried that if let's say the catastrophe bond, if we draw down on that, if people send donation, that it might end up in the wrong place. We heard Desmond McKenzie this morning saying that there's only one government website for donation, and he was talking about nobody else not to take no donation. How do you respond to that?
Well, Colin, I tell you something. Immediately, Colin, I am saying that the IC, that's the Integrity Commission, and the Auditor General must get their pencils sharpened and their pen inked and have an extra pair of glasses, because we need very, very hard scrutiny on this. To date, Colin, the last hurricane that we have, people are still in tatters,
Yes, because I am aware that some people still not recover from Hurricane Beryl yet. Some people are saying that they got no assistance from the government at all.
And I tell you something, the same place in St. Elizabeth there where it hit very, very hard. One would remember that when the entire country were back up on the grid, St. Elizabeth were still having their problem. But to answer your question direct, Colin, about the statement that Minister McKenzie made, you indeed need a central operation, which normally is, I would say, is government. But certainly, the fact of the matter is that there are people or organizations that don't feel comfortable and has, as I said before, has a certain level of trust deficits with the government, So they are looking at other avenues that they are trusting of to basically put through donation, I would imagine. And certainly, I don't know if you can really compel those persons who would want to look at other avenue of putting their donation through to ensure that it reach the persons that it is intended for. I don't know if you can really stop those persons from sending it through those channels, but I know what the minister said.
But you see, there are still persons who are saying don't give the government a dime. There are persons who are saying, as you mentioned earlier, that the trust deficit with the kind of corruption that has been going on. But what do you say to the minister who will tell you that, listen, the people of Jamaica say that they trust us, that's why we are still government?
Well, also that there's another side of it. You can say that a group of people who are saying that, listen, they don't trust the government because the government went into the with 49 seats, and at the end of the day, they came out with 35. Granted, they're still government, and of course, there are people who believe that as a result of the said hanky-panky and corruption that created the low trust deficit, that's why the government still remain in power. So, Colin, I tell you this, and I know my friends from the Labour Party and government. I know they're listening because I have a lot of friends, because I am a man who basically, my are wide and it has nothing to do with politics. So I'm not here even saying that this is true or it is not. I am just echoing the sentiment of the people. And I'm saying that it is really and truly, we're at a bad spot. We're at a bad place. Because at the time when we have a disaster of this, that Beryl, who had bare her entire body, expose herself, and
Bobby?
It is really and truly very, very sad that the people are thinking that way, Colin. Very sad.
Well, some people in the chat room are asking if they can donate directly to their member of parliament. The member of parliament is the people's representative, so I'm sure some of the member of parliament who their constituencies have gotten hard hit will be asking for assistance to help people.
Yes, that's so, Colin, and we are going across the board because as we I know that I can speak on your behalf as well. We are also asking member of parliament, whichever side of the divide that they sit on, to be transparent, to ensure that they open the books, they make the people know what they receive, whether it is in cash or in kind. We want transparency, Colin, because the benefit, whatever resources is out there, it must go to the people. It must help people to get back their houses together.
Yes.
It must help people to restart their lives and so on and so forth. So, Colin, I'm so sad. Go ahead.
It's rough, Obi. It's rough. I was on the road today. I went into my division, and like somebody was saying to me, well, you're up on the road, I give yourself trouble for. And I said to the person, 1,330 odd persons voted for me in the local government election. And for me, that says something. I can't just turn my back on the people. I can't just walk away from them. And when I went up to Bellevue, saw the amount of roofs that are off. When I went to Cornwall Barracks, a lot of roofs were off as well. And a lot of people out there need help.
And remember, Colin, that your neck of the woods is said to have saved the worst. So just imagine what is in those parts of basically. And it is not just a situation where it's a situation where you have people who are living in substandard houses and so on and so forth. We're talking about proper dwelling. You understand? Proper dwelling that people figure more or less that, listen, boy, my roof was safe. And Beryl basically blew huff and puff, Colin. Remember, day before we were
talking about Melissa, right?
Huh?
You mean Melissa?
What did I say?
Beryl.
Oh my God. Sorry, Colin. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me, Colin. I'm sure your listener can understand that I'm a little bit discombobulated. Yes.
One thing I can tell you though, Obi, in the Rio Grande Valley, it was a machete man she walked with up there, because when you look in the hills, every tree lose a limb or break down. I saw a planting farm. Every planting was flattened. And I will, as I said to the viewers, I will compile a video and upload it, because I was hoping to show video by video at this time, but based on the fact that our internet connection is not what it is normally, so we can't be on the way we normally on. In fact, Obi, I'm actually using the telephone. I'm using my cell phone to do the live this evening. You know, because when I try hotspot the laptop, it made a hole up. Once we pass over 100 persons on the live, it drop off. So we decide to use the phone. And right now we are at 448 and it's standing up. So share up the live, people.
Good. You see, Colin, I don't know. It's it's a sad situation, Colin. And you know, a lot of the as you know, majority of people are still. There's also something, Colin, where those of us who had a little stuff at home in our refrigerator, certainly it's gone. This morning I had some juice in my fridge this morning. I had to. I'm not somebody who drink a whole lot of stuff one time, and today I had to consume some. And I also basically offered what I recognize that would be spoiled, going to spoilage to people, because I certainly would want that to happen. You know, so you find a lot of that is happening, Colin. You also have people who would have basically purchased a little meat kind or whatever that would last them, protein that would last them for some time. Of course, you know that it's now all of that basically have to start throughout, because your freezer would have basically be defrost by now.
Yes. A lot of people don't have any electricity. In fact, I hear JPS, no, it wasn't JPS, I think it was Desmond McKenzie, who said that 75% of customers are without electricity. He mentioned that Kingston have some electricity and St. Thomas. I am hoping that we here in Portland will get pretty sooner than later. But for right now, nobody in Portland have any form of electricity unless you are using a standby generator.
Yes, because you remember you have communities in a large domicile
communities.
Dormitory communities that has literally thousands and people in them, Colin. And those communities are out of electricity, you know, out of electricity. So you can just imagine the kind of perishables that are taking place. You also have, in some of those communities, you would have small shop operators, you know, the mom and pop shops. So, and they would basically pack their freezers with a few chicken, some chicken back, etc. All of those things, Colin, are basically down. So even those people who ordinarily would be making a living for themselves, they are now going to be needing some amount of help, because, you know, one probably had gone out and used the last amount of money that they had to stock up.
Let me tell you somebody who I am worried about. People who raise them little chicken and would have slaughtered some chicken and have all 2 freezer full of chicken right now.
That's the point.
Eh?
That's the point, Colin. That's the point.
Which hurricane it was that I lost?
It was COVID.
It was COVID that I lost about 15,000 pounds of chicken.
Oh my God. Did you get any help from Dr. Tufton?
Absolutely not. I didn't get any help from anybody at all. In fact, I don't even want to get into it because some people were rejoicing. There were people that were rejoicing that I lost.
Member of Parliament from this section.
Oh yeah.
Went out and helped other farmers in other parishes.
Yes. Now you remind. The MP from West Portland go down to Trelawney. Go help people. Nobody looked at me. But guess what?
Your name Colin Bell, then chinka, fly, flee.
Tell her.
I still have the pictures of the chicken on my phone.
Woo! But guess what? We are still here. We survived.
Yeah, man. God the glory.
And therefore, some of the people who didn't get any assistance during those times will get some assistance now. As I said, the MP for East Portland is out on the road, and I know that he's moving around and doing his best to assist who we can assist.
And he's the MP for all.
And he's the MP for all and sundry. Not just PNP, but everybody in East Portland he's responsible for.
Heal the man Isaac Buchanan. Big Youth son, Big Youth boy.
Yes.
Giant son.
Well, Obi, what have you heard coming out of St. Elizabeth? You hear anything coming out of St. Elizabeth?
Yes, Colin. As a matter of fact, I'm hearing that St. Elizabeth. Well, I spoke to friends in St. Elizabeth and who lost their roofs. St. Elizabeth is in trouble, and I'm talking about, for example, very close to the heart of Santa Cruz, right alongside, almost adjacent to the St. Elizabeth Technical High School steps, right?
Yeah.
Beale Boulevard there. That's a major housing development, you know. Persons were just there yesterday, just watching their roof going in the air. You know, I was actually talking to persons while it was happening. You know, let me say hi to Lenny, a friend of mine, well-known individual, who he is one of those persons who lost his roof yesterday.
I saw a TikTok video before I came on, and the caption was saying that it was the Prime Minister who flew over St. Elizabeth, and the devastation that I saw. I'm hoping that video is an AI video, is not a real video of St. Elizabeth, because it looked terrible.
Hold on, Colin. Listen. I think you better get used to it as it being a real video. We saw what happened in Burial down there in the breadbasket, St. Elizabeth, and what happened now in Melissa. I gather that Burial was like child's play to what happened now. So don't underestimate that video that you saw purloin over the place. And Colin, the other parish that got a lot of battering, you know, is Westmoreland. MP Ian Hales, he did a little video, and you could see the tears in his eyes and the pain on his face. As a matter of fact, he also told us that he himself had lost his roof. No, one would not expect Ian, MP Ian Hales, to be living in a house that you expect that basically as fly over the roof would have gone.
But Obi, what we must remember, it was a Cat 5, you know. 185 miles per hour, and they were saying that in some places it goes up to about 200 miles per hour closer to the eye wall.
We must absolutely, Colin. We must also remember that both local and international meteorologists said that had there been a higher category, say a Cat 6 or Cat 7,
it would be there.
It would be there.
Obi, there's something I am worried. I have a problem, and I'm a bit even tentative to speak about what I want to say to you at this time.
Once it is truth, Colin, go ahead as we speak truth.
No, this is an opinion.
An opinion, okay.
This is not a statement of facts.
Mm-hmm.
This is the concern, and I think we spoke about it, Obi. When were we on? Sunday or Monday? I think I mentioned it to you Monday, that this hurricane, this system, I have concern about it. And man is always trying to, some people say, outdo themselves. But man is always experimenting. And Obi, the whole, even the coverage of this storm, I am not comfortable about. Is this a real hurricane? Eh? No, Obi, serious. Is it a real hurricane or is this a man-made hurricane? Can man make a hurricane?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I saw something. I saw something on the in the social media space that basically saying that this is a man-made hurricane. I really don't think so. What I will concur with you about is that certainly we seems to have miscalculated some aspect of the hurricane, and we must also remind ourselves that I exact science, so therefore one can understand some amount of slips between the cups and the lips.
But it was a whole heap of slip, Obi. And from last week, Monday, we are prepared for this storm, you know.
Yes,
and the storm never really come till Tuesday of this week.
And that in itself also, Colin, basically prolong the difficulty of our people. Because of course you would have heard parents, mothers, single mothers, and parents generally who came out and said, listen, the information that they received early in the piece, they went out and spent every dollar to stock up on snacks and all of that kind of thing that they would not normally do, right? They end up keep the children at home for an extended period of time.
Obi.
And as a result of that, by midweek,
Obi.
Before the hurricane
Obi.
actually started, no food was in the house.
Obi, the producer wants to say something, but I want to ask you a question. Tell me which other storm we miscalculate as much as we miscalculate this one.
I am not able to say, Colin. I understand your theory, Colin, and what happened, the fact of the matter is that, but certain, I am not there. I'm not at that place.
All right, you hear about one country where they did shoot up the cloud just recently, and the place flood out in the desert?
The part of the statement.
Huh? You're breaking up a bit.
Didn't hear the first part of your statement. So could you repeat for me, please?
Sometime, I think it was last year, in a country in the desert, there was an argument that them shoot up the cloud. Or what them call it? Them have a name for it.
Seed the cloud?
Right. And the country flood out. You remember that?
Yes, man. But that is something. That's not a new phenomenon.
Okay.
That's not a new phenomenon.
Right.
Whenever there are extenuating drought and so on, as a matter of fact, I am not exactly sure if we had some amount of seeding took place here in Jamaica before, or certainly they had opined and doing so.
Madam Producer, you wanted to say something. What you want to say?
All right, I wanted to say, right.
Come up a little closer.
Yeah, that's a speak.
We watch movies sometime, right?
Yeah.
Or even real life.
Yeah.
And we see where people kill people for insurance money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If this was a category 2 hurricane,
we would get the
we would
insurance.
get any insurance. insurance money?
No. Hold on. Tell
Colin,
What?
mind them come arrest you, your producer for conspiracy theory.
No, but as I'm saying, you know, this, what me I say is not a statement of fact.
It's sat at a spot.
Yeah.
No, that's true. As a matter
Before
of
it
fact.
start move.
Before it started to move.
As a matter of fact.
Hold on. Let the producer finish.
Alright, normally hurricane develop in the Gulf, right?
Or off the coast of Africa.
Right. This one was developed in the Caribbean Sea where the warm water is, right?
Yeah.
And sat at a spot for a week.
Now move.
Not moving.
2 miles per hour. Sometimes them say it's stagnant.
Yes. It would be interesting to hear.
Meteorologists flying from every major media house. Hold on. Did we have this influx of media for Beryl?
No, sir, not at all.
Obi, I'm going to tell you something.
Not at all, because what happened, people start, based on how the hurricane was moving, people start to fly in.
Because it's not normal, it never normal or be funny.
Where is it? No.
Wait there now, it tube already?
Yes, it would have gone over Cuba by now based on what
So,
we are. And Colin, what happened too? What happened? Here the thing is that once the hurricane moved over Jamaica, approaching landing in Jamaica, we saw where it started speeding up.
Yeah, 12 miles per hour now.
Start to move, you know. So a lot of things. I am not quite there as to say that this hurricane was a man-made creation, or as some people would want to look at COVID to say that COVID was actually made in the lab and so on, because there's all of these being viewed in a particular way. So I don't know, but it is indeed a frightening situation, and the theory that you guys are positing, and as you were talking about the insurance, people do things for insurance money. Remember that right now we have a young man who is now in prison right here in Jamaica because he did is found guilty of murdering his wife to get insurance money.
Yeah.
Do you remember that scenario?
Yeah, that's the one with the V with about 2 other persons involved in it.
It's a relatively recent case.
Yeah. But Obi, there are other concerns that I have and other people are sharing with me. As we say, when hurricane come, the sky turn orange. When hurricane come, trumpet leaf turn over. When hurricane come, fowl no go up and roost. When hurricane come, see birds. And all of this, we never see it this time. I want to ask you, you're in Clarendon, close to Manchester. Did you hear lightning and thunder?
No.
Tell her!
No, I didn't. And I tell you something, Colin. It was quite instructive to me. I was saying that, boy, I wasn't hearing any lightning, seeing any lightning or hearing any thunder. You know, I certainly didn't say any of those. No.
So we need to ask the people in Manchester. You have people in Manchester. I can find somebody in Westmoreland in Manchester.
They didn't either. I can tell you that. I have been into Manchester. Colin, I did a bit of roaming before the hurricane, and certainly since the hurricane passed through, I have also gone back on the road, and I've been to several places. I don't drive a SUV, so I could not access certain places that I wanted to go. But as far as my unit could take me, I have been to some places, and I can tell you that what you're saying, there are persons who are actually saying the same thing. They did not see those things that they would normally associate with when we're getting a hurricane. Again, I am saying, as for me, Conrad O'Brien, I am not there where I'm saying that, listen, this is man-made or whatever or so on, but I'm just giving the information that certainly what you're saying, Colin, it has been collaborated by a number of other people.
I am not saying it's man-made. I am just asking some pertinent questions. Go ahead, Madam Producer.
All right, so I saw a video with this scientist who made I don't know if it's real, but I'm just saying, if you get an idea to make a new car, a new model, new everything, you don't want to try it out.
Then if you make something new, you want to test it, don't Toby?
Yes, man, and that is why I'm saying that they're Go ahead, Madam Producer.
That the hurricane do well in the warm water, and if somebody would want to test it out, I believe that they would want to test it out in the Caribbean Sea.
This is the place.
No, you come. That's the way you're there.
Because there's this TikTok video, Obi, where a man make a 70-foot tank and use a fan and bring it up to the speed of a Category 5 hurricane to show you how it look over water. Now, one of the other thing that I was listening to, right? When they show you the storm, they show you what they call it? Tropical storm wind, which was wide, 100 miles, but the hurricane winds was only 30 miles. So me also wonder.
Yeah, because that is why. For
hello,
example,
caller.
Colin.
Hold on, I'm trying to take a call, but we lost the caller. Yeah, go ahead, Obi.
That is why, Colin. For example, there are certain places that didn't get the kind of impact because the width, you know, as you said, we were just looking at a 30-mile radius or expansion of the hurricane itself.
Beryl, I think, was 80 miles from the eye. Hurricane force winds was felt 80 miles from the eye. This was just 30.
A lot of concern, Colin. It is so this hurricane has a lot of things that we have not seen associated with other hurricanes. For example, just the mere volume, the speed of the hurricane, where they're saying that if we had a Cat 6 or Cat 7, then certainly this would be in it and so on. All of those things, and as you talk about the level of expansion as to how far it impacts, you know, those are also some other troubling questions.
And hold on, the producer talked about insurance money a while ago. The catastrophic bond that we have. You know, so the hurricane have to hit certain place for it activate too.
Just stay one place until it reach that, then it start to move.
Yeah, man.
Hey.
Because remember that was the reason why we were not able to make that certain drawdown in Burial.
Obi, I don't know, but me not like that hurricane. I not like it. Me not like the behavior. Me not like the kind of attention that it got. Me not like. There's so many things with it.
But Colin.
Yeah.
For you to make the comparison about the catastrophic bond and so on being paid out, are you saying that Jamaica would be in collusion with the theory that you are positing?
Hey, yeah. Obi, you see that 90 degrees turn where the star met, brother? We come at Jamaica. Eh? Because one of the time when I show the star I go west and if they're below the country, I say Why it can't continue upon that trajectory? Why it gonna make this big 90 degrees turn?
Yes, because
Eh?
had it continue on the westward movement.
Yeah, miss we gone.
Mm-hmm.
But whether it's man-made or a God sent it come, it came and we have to just deal with it. Let me see if I can take a call. Somebody.
What do you make of the other?
Let me see if I can take this call at OB.
Okay.
Caller, good evening. Caller, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. How you do?
Hi, Colin. Good evening. I'm okay. I want to find out something from you. You know if there's any breakaway from Port Antonio to Kingston?
Not sure. But I haven't heard that the road to Kingston is blocked. I didn't hear that.
What the person said, Colin?
If there's any breakaway from Port Antonio to Kingston. But I'm not sure.
Because I already prepared some stuff to send to my family. So I want to know because I'm shipping them out tomorrow. So I want to know if they can pick them up.
Come on, Kingston, and I'm sure we could drive through St. Thomas. It's not just one route from Port Antonio to Kingston. We can go through St. Thomas. We can go through the junction. We can go through Ocherius. So, and those are major thoroughfare that would have priority to make certain those are up and running.
Yes, and I'm really listening to you, and I share the same sentiment. I share the same sentiment about this storm because I've never seen so much reporter in Jamaica when a storm is coming.
You
And
remember?
One of the reporters said he would have advised every Jamaican to leave out of Jamaica.
Yeah, me hear when the man said that. I heard that.
I said to myself, why is he advising people to leave out? Like, what the hell is he doing there then?
Or when know, we don't know.
What is he doing there? And then what get me concerned again is these people that track in the storm. Remember the man saying in track every maybe the media over here, I heard it. He said he tracked every hurricane doing the high to see where it's going and how it projected and whatever. But this one he could never enter. There. So there's so many questions about this storm, but I'm giving God thanks.
Yeah, we are alive.
My family in Prospect, Johntown, they get a little jerk up. And I was so concerned about my sister. She got strokes about some 4 months ago. She can't walk and she can't talk. And I was so concerned. But God carried them through. Just a little jerk up, but they were okay.
All right, caller. Thanks for the call.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Colin.
Yeah, Obi, go ahead.
All right, good. There is a flip side to the view that you just posited. All right, the man-made scenario that you posited just now. What do you make of the other side of the coin, where persons who are more from a spiritual point of view, a religious standpoint, people like Apostle Shetterworth, right? Who they are arguing.
Hold on, Marcy.
They're arguing that what happened, Jamaica is so steep in corruption, skullduggery, all sorts of things, and they have been preaching and asking Jamaica to come to the table of repentance, and that seems to fall on deaf ears, especially as it relates to our leaders. And as a result of that, God is taking the wrath out on Jamaica, because I heard with my own 2 ears where Shuttleworth said, or Shuttleworth, let me pronounce his name properly, Shuttleworth said, Apostle Shuttleworth said that he has been getting calls to pray for the hurricane to basically avoid Jamaica or to turn back or whatever. And he said to them that no, he can't. Because what happened, he would be disobeying God. Because God have spoken that, listen, Jamaica had to get some punishment. What do you say about that?
If this was man-made, then it would also be corruption. And for it to happen, God also have to allow it. You understand? But we have Marshy on the line. Marshy, Wagwan. Well, you find a new language, Marshy? Well, you say Uncle Wami? Hold on, the Marshy. Hold on there. Uncle Wami could have stopped him. The speaker have that power, Marshy. Well, we know the biasness in the parliament. Obi, you hearing Marshy?
No, I'm not.
Hold on, Marshy. Hold on. I'm going to try. Hold on, Marshy. I'm going to try and see if I can turn you up a little more. Because even though we don't have the kind of connections that we want to have, I still think that when it comes to them kind of riggings, I think me still have little skill when we can do little something Obi. Marshy? Hold on. All right. Marshy. Hold on, man. No, hold on. I'm not going to hear you yet. Talk to me now. All right, hold on. Marshy? All right, hold on now. I know I can turn you up. Go ahead now, Marshy.
Yes, this time is Harry Kane, Sean Kane, or Andrew Kane. But I believe that somebody Kane. And if you ask me, I think this time possible for Venezuela.
Where you say you think you could have it make for Venezuela?
This time could have made for Venezuela.
I think it was made for us. You hear him now, Obi?
Yeah, I'm hearing him, Colin, but not so clear, but I understand the challenge. I'm hearing him clearly.
Well, Marshy, I don't know, but it come and it creates some damage.
Yes, and Trump run out and Trump willing to send it to us.
Well, Trump say, must send something for it?
Yeah, and Trump said, he said it. I heard it, he said it. He's going to send it to Jamaica.
Wow.
My problem is, people in the diaspora, remember clearly that, you remember we got some charity money. I remember a certain man put some money in our charity money.
Tala. Rabba, shala. Rabba. Shala. Tala.
And that's the tongue where them use when them get that spirit, you know.
Rabba.
The man put him under the charity money and the thing do one business. People in the diaspora remember that, you know. So when people go and send money now, then we have a word where we say, pick it up.
Lord.
Keep the thing carefully. We're in a spot of bother.
Yes.
I've never seen, and I was very young when Flora was ready to really get more than anything else. But I've never seen a storm come down after a hurricane come and stop and watch
And wait.
and yes.
And develop.
Everybody are watching and checking time and crawl and belly at 2 miles an hour.
3 miles per hour. Then it go up a 5, then it drop back.
Yes. You know, with them. It look one way. Because let me tell you, we can't do things to the environment, you know.
Of course, man, I try do all kind of thing. But remember, you know, Marshy,
Yes.
remember, you know, the only thing when man can do, you know, is blow breath, you know.
That's the only thing. And it ain't gonna near because he can't make the frame of man, you know, but he can't put his breath in it. Something like when you take the COLIN came and we do that check out and some other things, he might check out.
Who that?
One man come down and we came and some scientific business him come down in the big lifestyle to come find out. He did a talk to him, you see it on TV to one morning, you know.
Eh?
He did a talk to Never Bell one morning and Never Bell with a question him. So him come here to find out some other thing.
I wonder when they come to find out.
You know, we will find out. But something just something about this stuff. So me wonder, you know, when they must say something for Venezuela because they want to Venezuela, you know. And some people pop up and down Venezuela. They want something for us. And this time I come to me and then it take time and shift and I try to go down some and circle around some. What do they know? They don't know. They never see one like that. They never see one like this. Come January morning, when I say try me, I send it to reservation from January morning.
So you know, baby.
See a couple of them. No baby.
All right.
See, we never see any like this. Because normally when they come, you know, normally when they come, they will come down and when they reach between Eastern Wales and Cuba, they would make a right turn. Sometimes they don't make the right turn very early. When they come down to me, and they start down to me, that and I keep on a peep over the fence. I never see nothing like this. Anybody think for me?
Little more, Marshy. Little more. Little more. Yeah, man. 876-804-7072. Sam. Wagwan. You tell me. Yes.
There's some research several questions, right? About if there is a storm ever come to the shore, the south shore of Jamaica, 100 and 100 miles away from the south west shore of Jamaica, and go to nowhere in America. Or if there's a storm come on the north coast of Jamaica and touch Cuba, and go to nowhere in America. Everybody asks, this is the first time.
And where you find out?
This is never on yet. This is the first time a storm comes so close to Jamaica and does not affect the impact on the American coastline.
And ensure that it's not going to America.
Right. This is the first time. A storm, I don't get any impact on the American coastline.
Hold on there, Sam. Hold on there. Obi, you want to respond to that?
What is Sam said?
Him say him never hear about a storm will come on the south coast yet.
Or
Impact on the American coastline. Come up 100 miles of Jamaica coastline and does not create an impact on the American coastline.
I am not sure, Colin. I'd have to do a little bit of research on that. I'm not very sure. But suffice it to say that there are quite a bit of question being asked about this one. Know that, but I want to just throw this into the mix, Colin, quickly.
Yeah.
Know that Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States of America, 48, weighed in and said, he will be sending some aid to Jamaica and so on and so forth. Do you believe that now we will have a lifting of the gag order and we'll hear something from our Prime Minister So what happens to head CARICOM at this time, or you anticipate that he will remain silent?
Obi, I've been saying to people that with the issue in the Caribbean with the United States warship and all of that, you are not going to hear anything because one, Trinidad is in collusion with it. Trinidad, and they are not hiding. Two, maybe, just maybe, Jamaica is in collusion with it too. Because you have heard other leaders, Caribbean leaders, for example, Mayor Matley, and is what, Keith Rowley said something about it as well?
Well, Colin, let me say this to you. I am going to come off the fence and say, listen, it is not a matter of whether or not Jamaica is in collusion with it. Based on the present leadership, there's a thing that's called silence is consent. So there is no, in my view, there is no blur line there. You know what happened? What I will say, it is just indecent and also an act of ungratefulness when we would have seen what the partnership that would have formed with Venezuela over the year and the benefit that we would have derived from that partnership with Venezuela, to the point where we can boast about a low paying down of debt to GDP ratio.
Well, Obi, this government not take over Venezuela money already, so what you talking about?
That's the point.
What are you talking about? This
That's
administration is not with Venezuela, brother.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a foregone conclusion as far as I am concerned.
Just like if the Americans flex its muscle against Cuba, they would carry out the same thing. But the other day you hear them in Parliament, man come and attack Spanish and behave as if them in a nothing with Cuba. Them not nothing with Cuba.
They have never been.
Right? It's lip service. It's lip service. And push come to shove, them run left Cuba, just like how they basically took off and run left Venezuela.
Well, Obi, there's a whole heap to chew on. I hope tomorrow evening we can have a better program with more stable and steady internet where we can have the entire studio up and running. We are imploring our telephone providers to step up the pace, because we were told that once you have fiber internet and you have current, even if GPS is down, you'll be able to have internet connection. We have fiber connection, we have current, but we can't get the internet up. So
that's what we were told. Before I go, Colin.
Yes.
I am sure, because I saw where you had basically I think you had made a comment on it, if I'm not mistaken. That clip that I did from Mandeville yesterday, Ward Avenue, right? Mm-hmm. In that vicinity there, that showed where not inches of rainwater was there, but feet of several feet of water in Mandeville there. I'll urge persons just for the view of it and to see what took place yesterday in Mandeville, Manchester, area called Gibson Close.
You mean the one with the house cover, where water was on the roof?
Good, so persons can go on Conrad Obi, the fireman. My YouTube channel is right there.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. All right, Obi. Thanks much, my brother.
Respect, Joe. Producer, take it easy.
All right.
Yes, listeners and viewers, we are live on Portland Spice TV. Inside of the aftermath of Melissa. As I said, we did some videos today. We were hoping to have them in the background as we would normally do. So while the program was going on, you could be watching them. We don't have that kind of internet connection, and what we are using is mobile data. We tried to use the mobile data to hotspot the studio, but there's a difference with download link and upload. When you're uploading, you need more megabytes to upload than to download, and what we are doing from where we are is basically uploading. So if the internet is not at a certain place, then we're not going to get it. We have a caller on the line. Caller, good evening.
What's up, Mr. Man?
Where is it? Talk to me.
me say a different spin on it because I know me here during the earthquake.
You have to speak up a little more for me.
You hear me good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one girl tell me say she know the first she said hurricane and no lightning and no thunder, you know. And I was thinking,
You have to speak up a little louder, man.
hold up.
Can you drop your voice again?
You hear me good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that when I called Jamaica, one girl, she's a Christian, she was saying that it's the first she want hurricane and no lightning and no thunder, no clap, you know? And I was wondering too, so wait, something went wrong. Because normally when hurricane come, you know, you're going to have lightning, thunder, the bird, they're going to take with themselves and all of these things, you know? But on the other hand, I say if it was really God sent, it would mean that God would not give them a backside in for all of the things that the GLP them are going with. You know? Them are going with some things, man. The election, how them behave, you know. I want to do something. It's the first I see Andrew is called Mark Colin for unite in talks because after the election and Mark going to try to give him attention. There was literally no attention coming from him, you know? But there are several things we have to really look at for really find out what really happened. Because it was really strange to see so much American people use media in Jamaica with the fact that if it was so dangerous, why so much of them really risk themselves coming to Jamaica, you know? But something really wrong. I don't know really, but I think something is wrong this time around. You know, if it's not God work, then it's a man-made disaster. Just after Andrew will talk about the robot business. This is one of the robot hurricane made by a robot guy. Eventually, they're going to have robot dog. You know? So, who to tell? It's probably, you know, they make a robot dog for gas, them whatever they want. For suit, them own ulterior motive. You know, but really now go rejoice, but at the same time, when you really look at it, you can't trust Angelis. Don't trust him, none at all.
All right, my brother.
Yeah. Integrity, you know.
All right, sir. Respect and thanks. Thanks for the call. A lot of people are concerned, and I'm very uncomfortable with the system we're using, you know, Madam Producer. I'm going to try something. I am going to try something. Let me try something. And, no, not work. Let me see. Well, let me. If water try work, I have to do this. So if you're hearing me now, let me know if everybody hearing me loud and clear. Madam Producer, check it on that now, if we have audio. Yeah, man, just go on and check if we have good audio, because I am very uncomfortable with the kind of phone connection that we're making. I'll at least I am go around this and listen it. Yeah, man, because I am an audio engineer, you know. And when it comes to audio, if my video not up to scratch, my audio have it up to scratch, because I am an audio engineer. And Madam Producer is telling me that me up there now, but I want to try the phone. And then you tell me, when me try the phone, you tell me if me up there. Not go too far. Me I call back Marshy, because, and I'm not seeing the chat room, Madam Producer. What happened to my chat room? I'm not seeing my chat room.
No, man.
Marsh,
I hear you loud and clear.
yeah, hear me loud and clear. No go
Yeah,
too,
man, I hear you
no go,
loud and clear.
no go too far, Madam Producer. Remember, this phone depends on you. All right, people in the chat room, tell me if you're not hearing Marshy loud and clear. If you're not hearing Marshy loud and clear, then I would have gotten to what I want in terms of my audio connection. So, yeah, Marshy. So wait.
Because I was reading the chat. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, after I come off a while ago, somebody in the chat said them couldn't hear me.
Yeah, because the connections weren't what I want them to be. So I try something different now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can go now and repeat
Yeah,
what
man.
you were saying, because maybe me have to turn you down now. So go ahead and repeat all that you said that you never hear.
At the beginning I was saying, I don't know if it's Trump Kane, Hurricane, but it could be very well be somebody's Kane. Right?
Or is the one that deal with the able?
Who knows? It could also, and you know, I was thinking that this hurricane, if it's a man-made hurricane,
Yeah.
I believe it was destined for Venezuela.
You think it was destined for
Because
Venezuela?
Yes. Because that's the route it would take to go Venezuela, you know.
Eh?
That's the route it would take. Yes. Because remember, say Venezuela is the south, you know. So
Eh.
it would be easier way if you walk this side and go Venezuela. But because you know, so Trump have something done already, you know. They have them planned for Venezuela, you know. Yes. And I said no, like the destruction what we get here now. Me Trump run out, Trump grandson here to Jamaica.
Well, some years
Trump, he said that.
And one of the NBA team, I think, saying that they're going to send $1 million US.
$1 million already. Yes, $1 million already. So I don't know what the hell is happening, but people in the diaspora, as I was saying before, some of them fearful of sending money because there was a charity fund here, some money for to get for all burial and them things. And a certain man dipping man in that money and doing more business.
Yes, big up the Miami Eats. They are the one who with some family said that they are going to send $1 million US to Jamaica. And OB said it earlier that the Auditor General and the IC need to make certain ink in them pen because we have to scrutinize all of this.
Yes, because the Integrity Commission upset with the fact that let's call a spade and we want to depend on charity money. We're doing one business. And then people are fearful now when they send them money. This time the same thing will happen again. Because of the tongues where them speak at church. So we are very fearful.
Yeah,
so we don't know. So I'm saying, if money come in, why we couldn't find a channel and not to give to the government? Why? Because we cannot trust this government.
Well, you see, Marshy, one of the things what we have to understand is that majority of the people who went out and vote said that they trust this government.
Well, if them trust this government, they may pay a price. Well, they're gonna pay a price. They're gonna start pay a price because remember, you know, during the before the hurricane come, you know, the man from JPS tell us the light bill are gonna increase.
Yeah, what
because
kind of rubbish is that?
Are gonna use. We don't have a government to come out and say shut up.
But you're the problem,
the government agree.
You're the problem.
I don't want to miss this point. Why the government will glad for the increase in it? It will be more GCT for him, for the government.
But remember also that the government get 19% of what JPS makes.
Yes, they have that share in it. So they can do something about it, you know. They could say yes or no, or they could use their share and offset the burden for the consumer.
Well, the charity money, was from his own charity. The IC said he used the charity money to buy stocks and bonds.
And that's him use it for?
Tell her.
And, and who benefits? He's the only
Arthur
beneficiary.
Blank Foundation is donating $2.5 million. Look, if you see that message from me, Madam Producer, it went off my screen. $2.5 million.
What?
Let me see that. Let me see that. Where is it? Arthur Blank Foundation is donating $2.5 million. Owners of the Atlantic Falcons, another sports team. 2.5 million US. Is that US, Daniel? Is that US? So I know that a lot. Brand Jamaica is a big brand in Amashi. And with this kind of hit that we got, a direct hit from the hurricane, a lot of people will help Jamaica. But will the money go to the right place?
That's my problem. That's why I'm saying, boy, if we, because
hold on. Somebody said the Prime Minister bingo again. Tell him.
No, this time we can say listen, them have another one. Them have another tongue where them using where them say, see you, mama, see you.
What?
See you, mama, see you. Andrew bingo again.
See you, mama, see you.
You know what? See you, mama, see you. We don't see them for true. Big on here, sir.
Later, Marshall, later. No, I want to take all of the call them now because my phone line sexy again. 876-804-7072. Yeah, man. I specialize in audio. Yeah, man.
It is so sad.
Yeah.
That,
well, I don't know if they might hear you. God, now we're using microphone.
so I'm saying it is so sad that we are in a situation like this and we don't trust certain people.
Yeah, it's wicked.
sad.
It's wicked. It's wicked that people are saying we don't trust the leaders. How can you not trust the leaders with poor people money? But then again, when we speak about corruption, a lot of people laugh. I say food have to eat. But one of the reasons why Jamaica is in the dilemma that we are in, and Finch, one of the rating agencies, also spoke about Jamaica's vulnerability as it relates to disasters. And here we are now with this storm come down, mash up the country, and we're waiting for news out of Montego Bay. Anybody in Montego Bay can give us an update on what took place in Montego Bay. But tomorrow evening, we went on the road today. Tomorrow evening, we are going to get to our contacts in those areas like Montego Bay. We're going to get in touch with our contact in St. Elizabeth. We're going to get in touch with our contacts in Manchester. And one of the reasons why it's going to be a little bit difficult now is that I am the person with most of those contacts. And the phone that contains the contacts is the phone that we are using to do the live at this time. Because I don't know, who you say you have? You have Melina? Miranda, what about Mario Mitchell? Because those are some of the people that we are going to get in touch with. We're going to bring them on the program and hear from them what really happened. Yeah? As I said, I have a concern. It's an opinion. It's not a statement of fact. We're making that clear. I am just concerned about this kind of hurricane, how it rose up on us, and the whole modus operandi of this storm. And the kind of coverage that the storm make, maybe through me moving round and about, me not steady upon the mic. Yeah. So we have to understand how these things work, and we can't just take things, We can't just take things so. Bob Marley tell you that none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? But me like to also talk about how long shall they steal our profit? How long shall they steal the profit while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We have to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? That's all I ever had. Redemption song. We can't make people continue to rip way off. We can't make people continue to con us. Because one thing me can tell you, a whole heap of them smart, but them not clever. Yeah? A whole heap of them smart. And this morning I was reading something, and the man talk about education versus inspiration, Madam Producer. Because a lot of our leaders are not inspired. They may be educated. But education is when some people swat and pass some subjects and get them degree and them PhD and all of that. But they are not inspired, so they are not out there making the right decision. When you have a man like Christopher Tufton, Chris Tufton is educated, but he's not inspired. If you check Christopher Tufton record, appear bad decision he make. People who are inspired make right decisions. Madam Producer, you want to say something?
So if you remember when they went in a certain division today, and the lady was telling us about the counselor who came to the division, and there were people at the shelter, and that counselor didn't even look at the shelter. It comes right back. These people, they don't have any love for anybody. And to be a politician, you have to love people. So it's basically the same thing.
Yeah. Them no love the people. Them not have no love in them heart. It's just about their selfish benefit. And a whole heap of that we have, selfish people. Because you can look at the track record of some of our leaders, how long they are there, and look at the people who live in their local and how the people are living. They have not been able to make that transformation in people's lives, but they're still there. 876-804-7072. We're taking your calls this evening. Only by WhatsApp. Only WhatsApp calls we can take this evening. And we thank everybody who come on to this live and join us this evening. Big up on yourself. Happy to have you on. If you have not yet subscribed to Portland Spice TV, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, man. Like and share up the channel. Share it with everybody in your contact, because we're building this channel for the betterment of Jamaica. We're building this channel for people who want to see Jamaica grow. Yeah? And want to see the people of Jamaica live their best lives. We're not building this because we like one party or we don't like the other party. In fact, Tufton worse than Anjo. Him heartless and take no responsibility for nothing. That is a fact. That is a fact. So, we remind you to subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share the channel. And the channel is open. We don't do a program without we have a phone line, because we want people's voice to be heard. Yeah? So we want people to call in and make them voice be heard, and we don't stifle nobody's voice. Once you come with respect and we discuss the issues, we don't discuss people. This is not, that's where we're there right now. 876-804-7072. That's the number to call if you want to talk to us live on the channel. As I said, we toured the Rio Grande Valley today, and a lot of damage was in the valley. The road from Fellowship up to Windsor, that was blocked, and that was cleared. I want to thank the NWA for coming out and doing their work. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
What's up? What's up, Colin? Good to know that you're okay and the family is fine.
Yes.
I have some relatives in Portland. I haven't heard from them, but
Where in Portland are your relatives?
One thing, Buff Bay and up by Orange Bay.
Well, I would think that they are safe. We haven't heard of any fatality in Portland, and there might be little damages here and there, but we pray that they are in good stead.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah, but you see what I want to talk about. You see, when I look at this hurricane system, the first thing that comes to mind is this. Normally, Mother Nature is very chaotic. Mother Nature is chaotic. You can't predict what Mother Nature is going to do. And from Monday, I realized that there's some.
You drop out from Monday what?
The warm water. From Monday, I start realizing that there's something wrong. It just seems off.
Yeah.
Right? When you look at it, normally when the storm comes into the Caribbean water, that is what it wants, to pick up speed because
yes,
it love it, but it not stay. It want the speed and it want the power. So when they come in once it hit the Caribbean waters, it gone. This storm has been coming for 9 days straight.
Yes. Yes.
And the day before the hurricane, the day before it hit landfall, took at 3 miles per hour. It now go.
It go down to 2 miles per hour at one time, you know.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden it play up at 11 miles per hour.
It's funny.
Pass over Jamaica. Just so.
It's funny.
It's funny. It a come 9 days and then it take 3 hours to pass.
Yeah.
In a pick up no speed. I remember the radar showed that it covered the entire island, but yet still it's only after it landfall.
Yeah.
Right now the whole of Kingston everywhere should have tear down based on what them tell we.
Yeah, man. Remember one of the reporters said we must leave Jamaica.
Yeah, man. Everywhere should have tear down based on the projection and the wind speed and the amount of.
But Carla.
And the 13 feet.
Storm surge.
The 13 storm surge.
Yes. That never happened.
Norman man, the runway got underneath 10 feet of water.
Tala.
So you saw it just seems ironic that we all know that the government and the country is broke.
And they're looking this 150 million US, you know.
Exactly. It is it is so ironic that we can't, but because we civil servants, because we're broke, we tell them so 0%, 2%, we can't give no more. And then all of a sudden, category 5 hurricane liquid, 24 billion $24 billion is now in the country.
Carla, thanks to the call here.
But one more thing, Colin, before I go.
Go ahead.
You see, if the world as a matter,
you drop out again.
Realize that it's a mouth, it's a word.
Carla, you have on speakerphone?
I'm going to get any change. No, I have you on my headset.
No, that's why we're dropping in and out. Take out the headset and just talk to me straight on the phone.
You hearing me now?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
All right. The world needs to understand is this. We're not going to get out of what we're in. Because this is to Jamaica just alone.
This is what?
The world needs to understand we're not going to get it is not only in relation to Jamaica. The world needs to understand that we're not going to get out of what we're in right now, because this is a worldwide thing by just talking. Our foreparents and our ancestors did not get out of their bondage by just words. This needs a revolution, and to be stuck in what we are in right now. Evil is prevailing in this world, and the only way to fight evil right now is with evil, as far as I'm concerned.
No, you don't have to fight evil with evil. Good people have to stop being quiet. Evil prevail when good people stay quiet.
Good people sit down.
Yes.
And the words is not going to cut it. Words is not going to cut it.
So,
we can't just talk it.
So I agree with the revolution. Oh, this will be
we have to
a
get
revolution.
Nanny did not get us out of slavery by just talking.
No.
Bogle and Sam Sharp did not do it by just words. Nelson Mandela didn't do it by just words. People lost their life because they realized that we have to sacrifice something for the greater good.
Paul Bogle marched from Stony Gut to Spanish Town. The Monday morning was choppy clear.
We have to do something.
Hold on, Carla. The Monday morning was choppy clear. When the men from Stony Gut drew near, clenching their fists in their farmers' hands to claim their rights in their native land. How many
all
more
of us
and
learned
many
this in
were
school.
dead? That very day when the vestry flame rose red, it was chopping and shooting. And when it done, Paul Bogle and his men knew they had to run. Action, not a bag of mouth.
Exactly. And speak louder than words. And all of us history in school, but yet still we're sitting down acting history. To get out of what we're in right now, we're going to have to get up. The word is not going to work. This government don't listen to words. We talked to a blue during election, and what happened? They take them back. Word
Yeah, man. Bob Marley said, get up, stand up for your right. Don't give up the fight. Thanks, caller. We have to go here.
No. Okay, no problem.
Call me tomorrow evening.
Yeah, man.
I love this caller.
Big up yourself.
Big up yourself. I love this caller, but we have to go. We have to go. People in Bangladesh stormed their parliament to get rid of corruption. Too many people in Jamaica don't know what corruption is taking from us. Too many people in Jamaica don't understand that it is because of corruption why Jamaica is so poor. They listen to the part when Standard & Poor's says we upgrade your ratings from BB minus to BB. But they don't understand when Standard & Poor's says the reason why Jamaica is not growing, one of the reasons is corruption. Corruption costs this country over $120 billion annually. We need to get up, stand up for your right. Never give up the fight. May the good Lord bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again tomorrow evening, we're calling on the telecommunications company them. Get the thing up. Full blast. That we can communicate to our people. Oh, this will be a revolution. Oh, this will be. Money is not the problem. And Dennis Brown says, do you know what it means to have a revolution? Fighting against oppression. Yeah, man. Bob says, get up, stand up for your right. Thanks, Obi. Thanks all who calling. Thanks who joining in this evening. Tomorrow evening, we're coming back with a bigger and a better show. We're fixing up, even though the thing kind of shaky, but we're strengthening up, and we're going to be here tomorrow evening again. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been the Colin Bell Show. Thanks to the producer, Miss Natalie Wright. Thanks to you for joining everybody in the chat room. Big up on yourself. Many Jamaicans have no home, so they take that gun, losing, and the chat not staying on long enough for me to read the chat them. But thanks, everybody. Stay safe. And we're making some more link tomorrow evening. We want to have more people on the channel that can tell you what happened in more areas right here in Jamaica. God bless you. One love.